it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to another Battle Royale. This week is Group F, which we've called the Iconic Songs. So, 4 singles to look at today, and the way we do it is that whatever comes out first goes first. In this instance, we have got from Stevie's vinyl cupboard, The Who's Substitute. Song written by Pete Townshend and released in March of 1966. So that it was a standalone single here in the UK, but it was later included on a compilation in 1971 called Meaty Beaty Big and Bouncy. Back in 2006, Pitchfork ranked Substitute as number 91 in their 200 greatest songs of the 60s. So playing on here, we've got lead and backing vocals, of course, Mr. Roger Daltrey. Pete Townshend on acoustic guitars, electric guitars and backing vocals. John Entwistle on the bass and backing vocals. And of course, Mr. Keith Moon on drums and percussion. So this starts off with that very distinctive little bit of guitar from Pete. Dun, 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 dun. And then in comes that great bass line supplied by Mr. John Entwistle. And then we go into Keith and Roger come in their respective places, and it's a great little song. Everybody knows the chorus of this. There's been some interesting covers of this over the years. But what I think about this song, that really what makes this song is actually John Entwistle. Because I think without his great bass line, this track would be a little bit empty. So with John's great bass line, it gives it a lot of grunt. That's just my personal opinion. Don't let it put you off your voting. But I always thought that the bass line really is the best thing about this song. But it is a catchy tune. You know, I was born with a plastic spoon in my mouth. Just taking a bit of a dig at the Silver Spoon guys. I've got a version of this by Marillion, believe it or not. Steve Hogarth singing it. It's not too bad, but this, of course, is the original. It is a very popular song in the Who catalogue and is worthy of its place in the competition. Okay, coming up next, last year the defending champion has got his first single up. It's Simon, and he's gone for Sunny Afternoon by the Kinks. It's from 1967. It was a single, but then it was featured on the Face to Face album and being the title track from their compilation album. They say this is like a contemporary tax ban by the Beatles. It works about how that tax under the British Labour government. Okay, there you go, of Harold Wilson at the time. We'll go into the details in a minute. So who plays on this? Well, we've got Ray Davies on lead and backing vocals and his 12-string acoustic and rhythm guitar. Mr. Dave Davis on the electric guitar and backing vocal. Peter Quaife on the bass guitar as ever. Mick Avroy on the drums. Additionals on here. We've got Mrs. Davis of Ray's wife doing backing vocal, and the ever present if you wanted a piano played in the 60s, who did you find? Nicky Hopkins. And he also plays the melodica. Now, this again has got a great bass line from Pete. That bum, 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 bum. When you hear that, you know exactly what track's coming. And you've got Ray Davies' sort of tongue-in-cheek vocal, where he's telling it as it's him. You know, everyone's left him. He's in a bit of a down in the dumps. But this song is wonderful. You've got some lovely acoustic guitar on there if you really listen to it. You've got Razor's wonderful backing vocal on this, and you can hear Nicky Hopkins' little piano line. Apart from that little bit of melodica as well, it's just brilliant. And then Dave's guitar bit is really good. I think Peter and Dave on here are really good. It's one of the most catchiest tunes I think the Kinks did, and once again, it is worthy of its place in this competition. Up next, someone that entered last year, David Hunt, and he has put in Bob Marley's No Woman No Cry. It's a reggae song. It's actually off the Natty Dread album, and the studio version's a bit more. The live recording, which was taken from the 1975 album Live and released as a single, is a more soulful version, and it was recorded at the Lyceum Theatre in London in 1975. So playing on here, we've got Bob Marley, of course, on lead vocals and rhythm guitar, Carlton Barrett on the drums, Aston Barrett on bass, Tyrone Downey on keyboards, Al Anderson lead guitar, Alvin Patterson with percussion, and the I3s, which are only down to 2 at the time, only Rita and Judy on here, because Marcia was pregnant, so she was on maternity leave. So we've been very lucky. Both versions of this are good, but I do prefer this live soulful version. I think it's all to do with them keywords from Tyrone Downey. So soulful, and the vocal is wonderful. And you've got Rita and Judy doing the lovely backing vocal on it. The keyboard on this is just outstanding. I think this is one of the best tracks live that Bob Marley did. It is just fantastic. You know, considering Marcia was missing as well, then the two girls really carried it off. I just think this, and the crowd as well, are really wonderful in this. They're singing away. The video to this is always fantastic. And it's just a fantastic song for Bob Marley. It's one of my favourites, and especially this version. I don't know, it always makes you wonder, what would they'd have released the more faster version? How would that have done in the charts? But this is good. So there's our third, and our final one today is another one from Jimmy Barnes, and he's gone this time with Joy Division's Love Will Tear Us Apart. Now this was released in June 1980 as a non-album single, and it's all about Ian Curtis's marital problems. This single was released the month after his sad suicide. So on here we've got Bernard Sumner on guitar and keyboards, Peter Hook on the bass, Ian Curtis on lead vocals and melodica, and Stephen Morris, of course, on the drums. I just think this has probably got Peter Hook's best bass line he ever did. It's amazing. We've had 3 songs today that the bass is important, and also you've got the melodica on here as well, which Ian Curtis plays. What I do like about the drumming on this is Stephen Morris's time signature. It changes a couple of times, and then you've got this real deadpan vocal from Ian. I think if you sing it any other way, I don't think it worked. It's just got a really groovy little beat. That keyboard all the way through is absolutely amazing. And once again, I think it's amazing what would have happened if Ian Curtis had lived. But it's a great little tribute to him, and it's one of the most iconic songs of the early 80s, I think. So there we go. There are 3 singles today, all good singles. So good luck to Stevie, Simon, David and Jimmy on this one. So where do you vote? So at 2 o'clock this afternoon, when this goes live, everything goes live at 2 o'clock. The poll goes live at 2 o'clock, and you'll find that in the community. There is a link in the community there, and there is the link, of course, in the bottom of the description box, and also there is the link to the Spotify playlist where you can listen to all the songs in the competition. So, as I said, it opens at 2 o'clock tonight and closes at 23:59 next Wednesday. And Dave will announce the winner in next week's live stream. So, good luck, guys, on this round. Okay, coming up next, we have got what have we got? It's pick and mix, and what have we got this week? It's I think it's a wander down the sidewalk, and we're going to look at the top 10 on this day, the 14th of November 1991. So join me for that soon. Bye for now.